Hi, welcome back to Fit Fed Feeling Good. I am Meg, your host. This is the podcast where we talk all things fitness, food, and feeling good. And happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining this conversation. Today we have a food episode. I'm really happy to have you along. Well, I was thinking about this food episode because I was just craving breakfast, but breakfast for dinner. And then I thought, there's a lot of options that probably are pretty easy to put together. And I'm not talking cereal. I'm talking real proper food that might take 5 to 10 minutes to put together that you can have an actual meal with maybe what's already in your fridge. I'm thinking eggs, bread, milk, yogurt, fruit, maybe even some of those veggies left over. And let's put together a couple ideas. So idea number 1. The savory egg fix. You have eggs, you have dinner. So I like an omelet. I like quiche. I like scrambled eggs, fried eggs. So we're going to try to keep it as simple as possible, but we're going to elevate it a little bit. So fry up your eggs. And then you know that Trader Joe's Chili Crunch oil. Oh, it's so good. It's a little spicy, but it does have a sweetness in the background of it. I just love getting those eggs ready, and you can put whatever you want on them, maybe a little cheese, or just go ahead and fry them, scramble them however you want. Just before they're done, add a scoop of that chili oil. It'll get a little crisp, and that spicy and sweetness comes out. Toast a few pieces of bread, and you have an amazing, quick dinner that's satisfying, that is warm, that's comforting. Now, if you want to elevate it one even step further and want to use maybe some spinach or mixed greens or kale or even that iceberg you have sitting in your fridge, toss together a really quick salad to go on the side of this. So the dressing, yes, if you have dressing in your fridge, use it. But if you don't and you have a little olive oil, a little squeeze of Dijon mustard, maybe a little splash of apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper, mix it all up. Maybe a little squeeze of honey too. Toss in whatever greens you have, and then just plate that on the side of the eggs. And you have now a full meal, and it will satisfy all the parts that you're looking to enjoy. So that is done, literally 10 minutes, and you have veggies and your eggs. Okay, idea number 2. I'm thinking a yogurt parfait. Now, I know there's sweetness and sugar. I'm not a dietitian, and these are just ideas that sounded so good to me. But if you have yogurt and then you have some fruit lying around, I have a fruit dish that's out right now, and it has some cuties, limes, an apple. So I'm already thinking, gosh, I could peel a couple cuties, chop those up, chop up my apple. I know I have some granola in the pantry. Just plate it so pretty, maybe a little drizzle of that honey if the granola is not very sweet or if you're using some seeds or nuts. And then if you plate it in such a beautiful way, you have this creamy, cold, comforting, perfect, lipo-filling dinner. It's kind of like a dessert, but it's actually, we're going to make it actual dinner food. And it's super simple to put together. You might have a little mess from the chopping of the fruit, but that's a quick, easy cleanup too. All right, idea number 3. This is sweet but savory. Have you heard about those 3-ingredient banana pancakes? Really, really simple. You mash up some ripe bananas. You might have to prepare for this one if this is what you're thinking for dinner. Either sometimes if I have a banana that's going bad, I just peel it and put it in a freezer bag and pop it in the freezer for smoothies or whatever. But you might want to let that defrost. And then you take eggs and then you mash that all up together and cook it in a skillet, just like pancake mix. You pour it in really nice and blended. How about some blueberries on top of that? They're just so delicious. And it's really eggs and banana. And if you don't have bananas, you could do maybe whole grain French toast. So again, whisk your eggs, splash of milk, cinnamon, get the best bread you can think of or whatever you have in your fridge or pantry and soak it really well. Fry it up, maybe add a little bit of that yogurt on top instead of syrup to keep it a little more filling. Maybe some of that fruit you have already out if you have any. And idea 3, that banana pancake or the elevated rich French toast. Oh, I'm getting so hungry thinking about these. And really, the basic point here is that you don't need to cook a fancy meal to have a nice meal. A few eggs, some bread, some greens, you're set. So next time you look in the fridge and think, I don't have anything to eat, grab some eggs, grab that delicious chili crunch if you have it from Trader Joe's. It's really a game changer. It's so delicious. I actually think I'm going to have that tonight, and that's why I was thinking about it. And I thought I would talk about what we could do, that phrase, breakfast. It's what's for dinner. I think the original is meat. It's what's for dinner. I'm not really sure. But that is my short and sweet episode about making your meals quick, but nourishing and satisfying. It doesn't have to take you that much time, and it'll save you a trip to the convenience store or the fast food drive-through, and it'll still leave you just feeling so comforted. And I hope you give breakfast for dinner a try. Again, I'm not a dietitian. I don't know macros or the protein, what people should have as far as sugars or sodium and all that. So make sure you listen to your doctor before you change up any routine. But I'm so happy that you hung out here for these few minutes, and I hope your week's been leaving you fit, fed, feeling good. I will catch you next Wednesday, and until then, have a great week.